Welcome back to another episode of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show with Darren and Rob. This is episode 57 of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show. We've been going over all the NFL teams and previewing for this upcoming season. So now we're finally at the AFC West, the Wild Wild West, and we're going to be doing the Denver Broncos. So let's
Yep.
ride. Um,
Haha.
so Darren, what is your take on the Broncos offseason and their previous season?
Okay. I'm not gonna be a rival today. I'm just gonna be honest. Last year wasn't a bad season with their quarterback situation as is. They honestly it wasn't a bad season. I think they really found that they got the running game situation going on really well. I think that's perfect. The defense is really nice, to say the least. Patrick Surtain was a gold mine pick, which is I really want to see J.C. Horn because he went before Patrick Surtain. So I really want to see him healthy for the Panthers, but that's off topic. So I think they have a really good team. I really want to see what this head coach brings in, and I already know what Russell's going to bring into this offense. The Tim Patrick loss though, with him being done for the season, kind of sucks. Well, definitely sucks, but I think he still has the weapons, so he has no reason to not get it done.
I really liked the Broncos last year. They weren't a bad football team, but they weren't a good football team either. They're definitely a middle of the pack type football team. Um, I think I not looking at their schedule from last year, I feel like they were able to beat the bad teams and lose to good teams, and that's why they're a middle of the pack team. I actually had a lot of problems with the quarterback situation last year. Is Teddy Bridgewater a bad quarterback? No, but I still think he's an eyelash above average. Um, he doesn't win you enough football games that he's proven over his NFL career to make a difference in the team. So I think getting the Russell Wilson trade done to get him in there is huge. It's huge, and I think it's going to show like a make a big difference in this team and this offense. Unfortunately, they play in a crazy tough division. So I don't think it's gonna be good enough for them to win the division. But I think it's still a big move to improve this football team significantly. How did you feel about their draft coming this year, this past year?
I'm gonna be honest with you. This organization is actually just very incredible with drafting, and it's one of those things that they're just always been good at. I think this was the last draft with the ownership that was with the Denver Broncos. They just got this new ownership, so I think this was their last draft. They definitely set them up like they always do with the great defense. Um, that's where you see most of their picks went to. Clearly, they're really good at drafting defense. It doesn't really surprise me, especially with our division the way it's going.
All right. Well, let's ride on over to the depth chart so we can see what their depth chart looks like and see what they're working with this year.
You said something about Bridgewater. He's a bridge quarterback, but Drew Lock is definitely a backup. That's one thing I just want to also say.
I like Drew Lock better than Teddy Bridgewater personally.
That's bizarre. And also, I wanted you to pull up this team's win loss record last year, real
They were
quick.
7-10.
7-10.
Yeah. Do you want to see like the actual games?
It's okay. I know they beat some good teams though. Like they beat the Cowboys and they stomped the Cowboys out.
All right. All right. So we got their depth chart up right now. First things first, we just talked about quarterback a little bit. I love Russell Wilson here. Like I said before, it significantly improves this football team. Do you got anything else to say about Russell Wilson coming to the Broncos?
Um, it's a lot of pressure, right? They brought in Peyton Manning. He delivered a Super Bowl. You see the past couple of years, Tom Brady's going to Tampa Bay won a Super Bowl first year. Matthew Stafford went to LA first year, won a Super Bowl. It's one of those things that you're kind of it's a lot of pressure to live up to. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because he does have a good roster around him.
All right. Moving on to their running back room. I think this is easily the strength of their offense. Um, I think they have one of the better one-two punches in the league of Melvin Gordon and Javante Williams. What do you think about this running back room?
100%. I call Javante Williams Pookie at this point because that's his nickname. Um, but yeah, he's a beast when he runs. He really runs through people. He's a angry runner. There's not too much else to say. He's also really good with catching the ball. Melvin Gordon has always been a good running back, still a good running back. He's still going to do what he can do. Like that's is like you said, it's definitely the strength of the team. That's what we found out last year.
Right on, right on. Um, and this is really what I wanted to talk about mostly about this team, offensively at least, is their receiver room.
Mhm.
I feel like they have a good receiver room, but nothing special yet. I think this can be a very special receiver room. Obviously, like we said before, Tim Patrick's out, so that's definitely going to take an impact on the team. But I think I'm still waiting for Jerry Judy to make a jump. We know he's a really good route runner with really good hands, but I see a potential D hop in him potentially. And when I say that, I mean like an elite level receiver as D hop, a top five receiver potential. But I feel like we seen glimpses of it in different games. I know he's dealt with a couple of injuries, but I'm expecting him to make a big leap this year, especially if the Broncos want to do something like get to the playoffs. I think
Mhm.
Jerry Judy has to make that step towards elite. He doesn't have to be in that elite category yet, but he has to be definitely a problem
Do you
for
think he does
opposing
it?
teams.
You think he does
Yes,
it?
yes, I do. If they doesn't though, I think that's going to have a huge impact on this offense. It's going to um, hurt this offense and hurt its flexibility of what it's going to be able to do on the offensive end. I think they're going to be more okay. Let's just make sure we don't let this run game beat us. Where if Jerry Judy is becoming a number one, to the extent that you have to double him, that's going to leave KJ Hamler and Cortland Sutton open downfield for big plays. Then you can mix in play action. You just have a more diverse offense if he becomes a better receiver.
Yeah, and Russell's not a statue back there like last year's quarterbacks, or he could actually make plays behind the line. That he has more of an escape artist for mad at people um about him. Um, I see what you're saying. Uh, Jerry Judy does have to make a jump, but I think it's also all the other receivers as well. But I think that's just a Russell effect, to be honest with you. The way he throws the ball will be is he's going to operate within an offense that's built for him. Like I think if I'm wrong, I think their head coach is now the quarterback coach from Green Bay last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very interested to see what he ends up doing. But if you can put yourself in the feet of a quarterback, especially of a great one like Aaron Rodgers, you got another great one that you're about to work with, Russell Wilson. Um, there's a lot of pressure as a head coach, but hey, with a defense like this, I don't know how much more you can ask for. You got the quarterback, you got the weapons, and we both believe that Jerry Judy, I think Cortland Sutton and KJ Hamler are all gonna have good seasons this year. And also the tight end, I'm not about to mess up his name. Um, are all gonna have great seasons. But that's also gonna be because of this defense.
Okay. Before we move on to defense, how do you feel about this offensive line coming into this season?
I feel kind of last year.
Repeat that. You cut out.
I, huh? I
I
felt
said,
the same way I felt last year about
okay.
it. Just a decent line, middle of the pack offensive line.
Gotcha. All right. Let's move on to this defense. Um, I think the big standouts on this defense, the eye poppers are easily Bradley Chubb and Patrick Surtain. Did you know that Bradley Chubb and Nick Chubb are brothers or cousins or something? They're related.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, bro.
It's like,
I thought it was just ironic they had like last names or something. Apparently these niggas are brothers. I was like, no wonder both these dudes are like fucking stacked, have crazy physiques. But Bradley Chubb is going to have, I think, he's going to be a great pass rusher this year coming into the season. Patrick Surtain shows that he's a perfect corner. He's a modern shutdown corner. He's their modern Champ Bailey per se. They have a great secondary, Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson. I think that's huge. Um, I think this is overall a really good defense. Um, I actually see a lot of the Broncos in my team. I think we're built very similarly in ways. Um, but I think the biggest thing about this defense is, are they going to be able to stop the run? I think they should be really solid in the pass game, which should help them win their division if they do win the division. But are they going to be able to hold up during the run game? Is that going to, are they going to, because their vision is mostly passing, to be honest, right now. If they can get their run game for other teams that they have to play in the season, I think that's going to be huge. And this team will definitely make the playoffs if they can get that together.
yeah, this defense is the best part of this team overall, if you ask me. That's proven, essentially. Um, Bradley Chubb is coming back from his, I think he's on his second year from his injury, where he had to miss the year before. He had a decent year last year. I expect nothing but better coming coming from him, especially with Randy Gregory on the other side. Um, I think that's a major pickup as well. Those two are just a problem off the edge together. That's going to be a problem for a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of tackles, and running backs out the backfield. Um, but yeah, like you said, Patrick Surtain showed us a lot last year. He showed, I think, Pro Football Focus said that he was never out of position to make a play or something like that. That with Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson is just too much back there. But I think I have a little bit more faith that they will be able to stop the run as long as they stay healthy in those trenches.
Definitely. Um, let's go ahead and move on to their schedule. Let's see who they have to play this year. All right, revenge game, week one. The NFL knows what the fuck they're doing. Russell Wilson returns to the 12, Monday night, prime time. Damn. The NFL just knows how to write storylines, man. They really know what they're doing out here. Who do you got game one?
Um, yeah, no question. I got Broncos winning this game. Yeah,
Uh, I think Russell Wilson shows his ass on Monday Night Football, and not only does he win, I think he blows them out. I think people are gonna turn this game off in like the middle of the third quarter.
okay.
Week two versus the Houston Texans. I expect the Broncos to win this game.
Yeah, I expect the Broncos to win this game as well.
Week three versus the San Francisco 49ers. Night game on NBC. I think this should be a really fun game. But this is one of the games I was speaking about before, about them being able to stop the run on defense, to be able to hold up long term.
Mhm.
I expect the 49ers to win this football game.
Uh, so Russell knows these teams, right? Because he gets to play the NFC West again. He's playing them with a different cast though. That's a tough one. This is a tough one for me to choose. I would have to see what Trey Lance do the first 2 weeks. Uh, I'm gonna take San Francisco, I guess.
Week 4 at the Las Vegas Raiders.
Divisional game, first divisional game. You want to pick this one first?
I like the Raiders in this game.
I like the Raiders in this game as well.
All right, week 5, short week, plays the Indianapolis Colts on Thursday Night Football.
In their home. Uh, I'm actually gonna say they're gonna lose this game. Actually,
I think this is actually going to be one of the better Thursday night games of the year, just because of the running backs. They're going to be the stars of the show for this Thursday night game. So I think it's going to be must watch. Um, I, I like the Colts in this game.
me as well. I think we haven't disagreed yet, right?
I do not believe so.
And I think we both got 2 losses
Yes.
or 3 losses.
All right.
Go 3.
Monday night at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Mm-hmm. Uh, second divisional game, right? So this is where it starts crumbling for them that they start seeing. Well, they took 3 losses at this point, right? That's
Hmm.
what we're saying.
Yes.
Extra time off in LA. Uh, yeah, they're gonna lose this game. I was trying to give them the win, but the Chargers got too much, and they're also at home. I just even that amount of time off, I can't give them. The Broncos this.
I like the
Actually,
Chargers in this game too. I think it's going to be a showcase game for Justin Herbert. Um, yeah, I think this is a showcase game for him.
it's a tough one to choose for me though. Still, I can see the Broncos running the ball and winning that game.
All right, week 7 at versus the New York Jets.
Yeah, they won the game.
I agree. Week 8 versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in the UK.
Uh, Depending on where what the grass they're on. Um, Actually, this one might be in Germany. I'm not too sure. I don't know where all the games are specifically, but yeah, I'm going to say Broncos should win this game.
I love these international games.
Me
To be
too.
able
I
to
feel
get
like they
up.
can go. I feel like they can go either way. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay. Well, I love these international games. I feel like this is the best time to get up and get drunk in the morning, and you have an excuse to why you're getting drunk in the morning.
No, you don't. That's terrible.
Drink some beer with your pancakes. That's all I'm saying.
No, hydrate in the morning, you guys.
Then they have a week 9 bye, and then they play the Tennessee Titans at
You didn't say who's gonna win. You
oh
just
the
said you gonna get
Broncos.
drunk. Okay.
Well, let's be honest. It doesn't matter who wins when you're drunk, and it's not your team. All right. They have a bye week 9. Then they're at the Tennessee Titans week 10.
Yeah, they're gonna lose this game.
I agree. I think the Titans running game is just better than theirs. I know technically the running backs aren't going against each other, but from a ball control standpoint, I think it's in the Titans' favor. And honestly, Malik Willis might be playing at this point in the year. He's showing a lot of spunk. All right, week 11 versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Uh, they'll be home this time around. Yeah, I like the Raiders to win this again. Just the weapons, as long as all the weapons are there, and Josh McDaniels, I don't see how they can stop us. Yeah,
I can see them winning with ball control football in this point of the season. But I can also see you guys having a shootout possibly.
exactly.
With your weapons and their running game, that type of shootout. So I would favor them in that scenario. But I still think the Raiders have a better team on paper, so I'll take the Raiders in this game. Week 12 at the Carolina Panthers. I think the Broncos won this.
Yeah, this is gonna be a closer. Oh shit! We've been sleeping on Carolina so much because Christian McCaffrey's been hurt. But I'm just if Christian McCaffrey's healthy, that I don't. These are two really good defenses. I'm going to go with the Broncos, but these are two really, really good defenses on the field that day. J.C. Jackson, wait, J.C. Horn, right? That was
Yes.
his name.
Yep.
Versus Patrick Surtain, who because those were the number one and number two corners selected in that draft.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Surtain showed up. J.C. Horn got hurt. But by this point, that's going to be the matchup to see for me because it's going to be DJ Moore versus Patrick Surtain or um, J.C. Horn versus Jerry Judy. We can go on. I'm sorry about that. It's going to be a good game.
Week 13 at the Baltimore Ravens. I think this is going to be a fun show. Unfortunately for Denver, I don't think they're going to be able to contain Lamar. So I think Baltimore's run game and their defense has the edge. And I just technically think they're just a better football team all around. So I'll take the Baltimore to win this game.
I agree. Baltimore wins the game.
Week 14 versus the Kansas City Chiefs, Sunday night. This is a showcase game for Patrick Mahomes. I think the Chiefs win. I will say though, I would love to see who Patrick Surtain matches up with in this game. Um, if he matches up against Juju, Juju might get locked the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kansas City as well.
Week 15 versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are just a better football team, in my opinion. They still have a lot to work to do on their defensive end. I feel like their defense isn't as good as it should be, or is on paper.
Mhm.
But I still like their offense way better. D Hop's gonna be back by this point in the season. I have the Cardinals winning.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the Broncos to actually win this game. The
Week
balance
six,
of two running backs.
Week 16 at the Los Angeles Rams.
Mm, yeah, I like the Rams to win this game.
The Rams should dominate this game. Week 17 at the Kansas City. That's what I call them, the Chargers. At the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
I think
Kansas City's gonna win this game.
agreed. Kansas City's going to win this game again. And then they finish their season off at the Los Angeles Chargers. That's dope, bro. They get to play this. They get to play on LA 3 times, 2 times.
Yeah, we all do. Um, the whole division does. Everybody plays the Rams this year.
Tell them to calm down.
Raiders run LA. I just want to let that be known. But I don't know. That's gonna be a good game. I really don't know who to choose at that point. I'm gonna say
Uh,
somebody's gonna be banged up, so I'm gonna take the Chargers.
I like the Broncos in this game. To end the
It's
season
tough
off,
for me to
make
choose.
a playoff push.
They're not making playoff push with as many losses as we gave them.
I was keeping track. How many do you think you gave them?
Rob, we can do this really quick. Scroll right up. We got them winning the first two, right? Losing the next four. Winning the next two after that, so 4-4. Losing to the Raiders and Tennessee, and then beating Carolina, losing to Baltimore, losing to Kansas City. You said Arizona, right?
Yep.
That's 12 losses we just gave this team. Like 11 to 12 losses.
I think this team's gonna be way better than the record though. At the same time, I think they're just in a tough division,
Yep.
and then
I
for the
think they're
AFC
just going
West, I don't like them against the AFC West.
I think it's a first year head coach and a new system for us. But once that gets figured out, they're going to be jello.
How old is Russell at this point though?
30 something. It's all good.
That's scary to me. All right. Before we wrap up, do you have any last takes or any hot takes about the Broncos?
Um, nah, not at all. Not at all. It's going to be an interesting season for them. I think they improved their defense with Randy Gregory, but it's all comes down to health, and I would like to see Javante take that number one spot personally.
Um, my hot take for the Broncos this season is going to be I believe Javante Williams will make the Pro Bowl.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys again for watching another episode of the From Half Court Sports Talk Show with Darren and Rob. See us next time where we tackle the San Diego Chargers. Peace out.
The Los Angeles Chargers.